So today I'm making a video that has nothing to do with Linux. So if you are here only for my Linux content, I'm probably not going to make anything today that you're interested in. But what I want to do today is talk about field notes. Now, do I look like I go out in a field very much? I'm sorry. That's the best beginning to a video I've ever done, and it was fucking funny. I don't care what you have to say about it. It was the best. I crack myself up sometimes. But anyways, I watch videos about people journaling and note-taking on Linux. Now, for those of you who follow my channel, me watching videos about other people taking notes is not going to come as a surprise. I have 1.2 or 1.3 thousand videos, like 1,300 videos on this channel over the course of the last 5 years. Approximately 10% of them, probably, maybe even more, are about note-taking. And like I said, that may be a very conservative estimate. I make a lot of videos about note-taking. Most of that stuff is about applications you can use to take notes. I have the crappiest handwriting. I don't know if you guys are actually going to be able to see this in the history of the world. And this is actually pretty good handwriting because I've taken care to actually, wanting to be able to read it. But the reason why I never talk about physical note taking is simply because my handwriting is usually so bad, I have to, the fuck is that word? Why do I want to do that? I can't possibly say what it says, handwriting is bad, so I oftentimes have to guess what I write. So I've never really talked about this before, but I discovered these little notebooks, and these things have changed my life. I know that's hyperbole and, over the top thinking, and probably what I'm going to put in the title because, why the hell not? But I have for years taken little small notes on Post-its. And I don't know if you guys know much about Post-its, but these things, first off, they don't stick on anything. So posting it to something is 100% a lie. You try to post these things stick these things to something, and they don't stick worth a damn. So the marketing sham there is real, but that's what I've been using for physical note-taking for years. And they, in addition to not sticking to anything, they get lost all the time, and, they're not necessarily the greatest for permanence, right? Like something that you want to actually remember and keep around for a long time. Putting it on a sticky note just means that eventually you're going to lose the sticky note. And when you lose a sticky note that has something important on it, you no longer has the important thing anymore. So these things just weren't working for me. And I've been watching content online about people taking notes in notebooks. Now, I'm never going to be one of those journaling type of guys or gals who put stickers in my notebook or whatever and, make it all pretty and stuff like that. I watch the crap out of those videos simply because I think it's cool, but I'm never going to do that. I don't have first off, I don't have a designing bone in my body, nor do I have really the time or interest to do that kind of thing myself. I just want to take notes, so that stuff was always over the top to me. But as I watched more and more of this content, I started getting more and more stuff in my algorithm, as you do, and you go into a rabbit hole and stuff. And I came across somebody talking about Field Notes. Now, Field Notes is actually a brand. They're obviously not sponsoring this, but if they want to sponsor it, I'm full of shit tonight. Now, Field Notes is a brand, so if you're going to do this whole thing, you don't have to buy this brand because they are pretty pricey. You get like a 3-pack for like $17, and there's like 48 pages in this thing, so it's a ridiculous markup for a brand, but, whatever. I started off with these. Next time I'll buy off-brand. They do have off-brand things. Just the one I saw on Amazon was called like Field Record. It was like a third the price. But anyways, the point is that these little things here, I just have this in front of my keyboard all the time, and I'm able to take notes in it that aren't going to get lost because there's no sticky notes. Like for example, this page here. Again, I don't know if you guys are actually be able to read this. I'll probably just take a picture of this and post it here somewhere. But anyways, these two pages here. You're not gonna be able to see it. Yeah, it's just a bad idea, Matt. But anyways, it is my video ideas for videos that I'm gonna make for the channel. And then I just every time I have an idea, I write it down. It's like what is this technology? Where's it been all my life? You know what I mean? Like, you would have thought that I would put, because a lot of times I would take, when I have an idea for a video, and if my note-taking solution in technology world is working, which it has been now for a little while, I would open up my application of choice, which again, you guys aren't going to actually be able to see this, and I would take a digital note. Those things get lost almost as much as sticky notes, if I'm honest with you, because I take so many of them, and I'm not as diligent at organizing them as I would want to be. Oftentimes my video ideas get lost in the shuffle of all the rest of the ideas. For whatever reason, that doesn't seem to be the case with the field notes thing, because I can just flip through these and I'm then reminded of the things that I want to do. So I have lists for blog ideas that I want to do. Every time I make a video, I've actually been jotting down the things that I want to cover in the video. Again, you guys aren't going to be able to read this because of the light here. Let's see if I turn that off. You can actually read it. That's a little bit better. A little bit better. Not too bad. But anyways, like this one here was the one that I just recorded about what's holding Linux back in 2025. I don't know if that video is out yet or not, but I recorded it, and I actually took some notes on the video that I wanted to record. I did the same thing for the Vivaldi one. This is new to me. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but I ramble a lot. And part of the reasons why I ramble is because I don't take notes on the videos that I make. If I made some notes beforehand, or if I made a script, oh God, you don't want me scripting things, guys. It's not a pretty picture. But I do, or I should at least, have some idea of what I want to say, and usually I do, but because my memory is so atrociously bad, oftentimes I don't remember the things I want to say, and then when I do say them, I forgot that I said them already in the video, and then I say them again. So if you guys ever wonder why I often repeat myself, it's because I don't remember that I say things. Whatever comes out of my mouth goes directly in one ear, out the other. That's what my mom always said. I mean, literally, always and over again. So anyways, the idea of just having a little notebook, for whatever reason, has worked really, really well for me to not only to keep a list of things that I need to remember, but also just kind of as a way to structure the things during my day. And it has been revolutionary. I remember the vast majority of the things that I wrote down on this list here. I could tell you what they are without looking at the vast majority of them. That's new for me. And the weird thing is, I've always had, notebooks or whatever. I have this thing here. I've had this, I've been writing in it for a couple of years now. I'm about halfway through it. But for whatever reason, this bigger notebook is harder to reach for. There's something about this that there's a hurdle towards writing in this. Whereas with the field notes thing, I'm constantly having this thing in my hand as I'm watching a YouTube video, or I'm doing some research, or I'm editing something for work. This thing's in my hand all the time. I just kind of play with it. It's like a fidget spinner. And because it's there, I'm constantly using it. I'm halfway through this one here already, and I've only had it for a few days. And it's so good. So I'm a little bit obsessed with field notes, or small notebooks. And I think that I can turn my light back on now. Ooh. And you can see me now. But anyways, I'm a little bit obsessed with these things. And I really do think that this type of thing is going to change the way that I take notes. Now, the digital stuff is not going away, because I've worked really hard to make a digital note-taking solution that works really well for me. So I had Obsidian, Nextcloud in the middle, and then QuillPad on my Android phone for a while. Nextcloud crapped out. I moved and replaced that with SyncThing, and I still use the same two applications. I've done a really good job over the course of the last few months, a couple of months at least, of sticking with that digital note-taking solution. And I use it constantly and use it every day, because I don't actually carry this out into a field with me, or wherever I'm going. I do always have my phone with me, so the digital stuff stays around. But when I'm here at my computer, being able to actually write this stuff down as it comes to my brain hole has just been, it's been so good. So I know this video is not about Linux. I also know it's approximately 10 minutes long. So the fact that this is a 10-minute ramble about field notes is crazy. But I highly recommend, and maybe you already do this, but if you haven't, find yourself a little notebook that you can have in your most used place, whether it's your desk or, you know, beside your lazy chair or whatever it is you want to do. And have yourself one of these and just kind of put stuff in there, whether it's, you know, doodling or grocery lists or whatever. And I swear it's going to change things for you for whatever reason. I don't know. I can't really explain it, why this feels like it's changed things for me, but I've actually started thinking about how I can do more things. I've taken more notes. I've come up with more video ideas in the last 2 weeks since I started using this, or however long it's been, than I have in the last 6 months. It's crazy. For whatever reason, I look forward to writing in this and putting down my ideas and stuff. So maybe that's just me, but if I'd recommend giving it a try. So that's it for this video. If you are interested in any of this stuff, you can leave those in the comment section below. You can leave comments in the comment section below. This is my 4th or 5th video that I've recorded today, so I'm a little bit more rambly than normal. I'm also apparently a comedian, because that joke at the beginning was fucking funny. I'm going to be giggling about that for just a little while. You just let me have it, and it'll be fine. Anyways, comments in the comment section below. If you haven't already, leave a thumbs up on this video. It'd be really appreciative. It'd really help the channel. If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel. I would appreciate if you did so. Now, if I draw in people who aren't Linux people, because this is not a Linux topic, welcome to the LinuxCast. I talk about Linuxy things usually. Every once in a while I'll throw in something like this, but normally I'm a Linux person, and that's the stuff that I cover. So if you don't know what Linux is, it's awesome, is what it is. So there you go. Subscribe to the channel. And I think that I'm just done for the night. Thanks to everyone who does support me on Patreon and YouTube. You guys are all absolutely amazing. If you want to support me in those places, all the links for Mastodon, Patreon, and stuff will be down in the video description. I'm ready to be done for the day. So thank you guys so very much for your support. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time with a Linux topic, I promise. So I'll see you then.